What's up? It's Kannon. I know you may not subscribe to as many YouTube channels as you go to, but this is the one you should subscribe to today if you want to meet your favorite musical artist. What we do is we do virtual meet and greets, and we've got one coming up that is so big. I wish I could drop the name. I'm not allowed to yet, but the only way you can meet your favorite artist is to subscribe to this channel, and then we'll pick a winner. And there's one coming up you're definitely going to want. So click subscribe. That's how you can get into our virtual meet and greets. Now today, Miles Teller, I'm really excited. My boy's from Philly. I know he's also a rampant Eagles fan, and he's got a new show called The Offer on Paramount Plus. It's the making of the Godfather, and he just came off of the new Top Gun. Is he still rocking that mustache? What about the abs he had in the new Top Gun? We'll find out right now with Miles Teller on OHP Uncut. Subscribe.
The OHP Uncut Podcast with Kannon.
It's Kannon from Open House Party, and there's Miles. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. Good to see you. You had the. Did you still have the stash there from Top Gun, or did you get rid of that?
No, I got rid of that one.
You had to get. How long did you keep it?
Quite a while. That was a pretty long production, but at a certain point, it has more to do with what your wife thinks than what you want to do.
Well, what about your abs from Top Gun? Did you keep those?
Oh no, those have been gone for a long time, brother. But I would like those back.
I can hear my girlfriend being like, "That would be just my luck." That would be just my luck. Yeah. Well, great to have you, man. The Offer looks really, really cool. Talk about your role in it. You play the producer of The Godfather. This is all about the making of The Godfather.
Yeah, so the show is about the making of The Godfather, and it's told from the perspective from Al Ruddy's really kind of perspective and stories. There was a ton of research that went into this thing. I mean, there's so many people that were a part of this movie that went on to be some of the the titans of the industry, and there were so many obstacles to getting this show done or to getting this movie made that it really did warrant a 10-hour kind of limited series about it. But yeah, so Al Ruddy, the guy I play, he was the producer of the whole thing, and he was the one dealing with the mob, and kind of he had to keep a lot of balls in the air, and I think it serves itself as really entertaining. Really entertaining series.
People that aren't familiar with what a producer does, I heard Dick Clark one time say a producer is kind of like a garbage collector that collects all the garbage, has to sort it all and make it all look pretty. And if it stinks and it sucks, he gets all the blame. But if it looks beautiful in the end, he gets all the glory. Does that sound about right?
Al, he's certainly the one he was doing so many things kind of behind the scenes to keep everything afloat. They were running out of money. He had to figure that out. They didn't want certain actors in the show, in the movie. So he had to figure that out. The mob was trying to shut him down, all these different things. And so that's what Al was doing. He had to keep the artist happy. He had to keep the studio happy. And then he also had to, kind of maintain his own safety in a lot of ways in this one.
How cool was it to be a part of something about The Godfather? How important was that movie to you growing up as a kid that wanted to be an actor?
When I saw it as a kid, I don't think I fully appreciated it as much. I found it to be, incredibly compelling and really blown away by it. But once I because I didn't know I was going to wanted to be an actor when I was younger, but as I got older, really just kind of and understanding what your cinematographer is doing, what are your gaffers doing, all the things that need to come together, the score, the cut, there's just the writing, there's so many different elements. And the older I've gotten, the more I've really appreciated it for the masterpiece that it is.
So many people are going to watch this show and then run out and watch the series if they haven't seen it for the first time, or if they have seen it, watch it again. You can guarantee that's going to happen. And you know what's crazy, Miles? A lot of the central characters are still alive, including the character that you play is 93 years old. Is that added pressure on you?
It was unique. I've played some real life people before, but they were not involved. I'm playing Al, who's producing The Godfather. Al is a producer of the show, of the making of the movie. and I'm playing him. So I was getting, he was watching dailies and everything, which was, I think if you've done your homework and you've prepared, then, that's really all you can do. And then just hope he likes it.
Well, you definitely did it, because he said it was an honor to have you play him. That had to feel really good, man.
That does feel good. Al's been just a really wonderful friend and kind of advocate throughout this whole process for me.
You've mentioned that when you play a role of something like a true life person, you don't want to do an impression of them. You want to play them, but not do an impression of them. Where is the line between those two things? How do you draw it, and where's the distinction?
Well, I think for me, I've approached it because I've done it a couple times. For me, honestly, it comes down to, with certain aspects of the performance, it comes down to like how well known is the person too, not even just known, but like they, their voice or their certain mannerisms. Those are certain things. If you're playing somebody that most of your audience knows exactly how they talk, exactly how they walk, or how they throw a punch or whatever it is, then you better nail that stuff. I think with Al, it was kind of a happy medium where a lot of people, in our industry, especially, know who he is and do know him, but I never felt like I had to kind of mimic or impersonate certain aspects of him. I really just wanted to capture his essence and try and, just kind of try and figure him out that way.
Well, you did an amazing job. You really did, man. And people are going to love this. Paramount Plus on the 28th, The Offer. Miles Teller, thank you for your time. Really appreciate you. Before we go, 5 quick random questions. None of them annoying, I promise. Ready?
Oh boy.
Number 5. What's the most savage thing you've ever seen an Eagles fan do?
I don't want to say too much, but I'll just say it involved a Cowboys fan.
Oh, of course it did. I'm an Eagles fan myself. I lived in Philly for 10 years. So
there you go.
I've seen quite a few things myself.
Yeah.
What about the last song you turned up really loud?
That's not appropriate. Last night, walking in Memphis.
Are you trying to find an appropriate answer or the real answer?
Well, there was a song that
for me, it was Baby Shark. I have a baby.
Sorry to hear that. Not the baby part, the song.
What's your dream role, Miles?
I think for me, it would involve baseball, because that is before that was the dream that got crushed before this acting thing came along.
Ooh, that's a good lead into the number 2. How are the Phillies going to do this season?
Hopefully better than how they're doing right now.
Yeah. If you could spend one night with any fictional character, who would it be and why?
Just to tie it into this, I'll go with Don Corleone. I feel like I could learn a lot from that guy.
That's a damn good answer. Miles, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. The Offer, April 28th on Paramount Plus. You're the man. Go Birds.
Go
appreciate
Birds.
your time.
Oh yeah, go Birds.
The OHP Uncut Podcast with Kannon.